Today's story is again a Chinese story. The title is Jins' Unlucky Words. This is, I think, this man's name. Jin. It's unlucky words. Unlucky words. Jin is a man's name, Chinese man's name. Okay. A long time ago in China, there was a family, a mother and father, and they had a baby. So, a man, and his wife, and they had a little baby, and the baby was only 1 month old. 1 month old. He was only 1 month old. Well, this family was called the Wang family. The Wang family. Okay, the Wang family. Now, the mother and father had a baby, and the baby was 1 month old, and so they decided to have a 1 month birthday party. They decided to have a 1 month birthday party, and they invited many people. They invited their friends. But they also invited their relatives. Relative means uncle and aunts and mother and father and brother and sister and cousins and nieces and nephews. These are the relatives, family members, extended family members. And so they've invited friends and relatives and neighbors. Neighbors means the people who live next door or in the area where you live, so the people who live around you. And so they invited all these people. They wanted to have a big feast. They wanted to have a banquet. Banquet is a official dinner. It's like a formal evening meal, and so it starts with I don't know. It starts with a little wine or small dishes, Anyway, so they wanted to have this big banquet, a formal dinner, a feast, lots of good food for this baby, 1 month old baby. So the family, the mother and father, sent invitation to many people. Now, among the neighbors, there was a man called Jin. Let's see. His name was Jin. Now, he was also invited, but Jin's neighbors said to him, Jin's neighbors, can you see? They said to Jin, I don't think you should go. And Jin said, why? I want to go. I am invited too. But the neighbor said, no, Ajin, I don't think it's a good idea that you go there. And so Ajin said, why? The neighbor said, you see, you always say something not appropriate. You always say something that people find it very surprising. You always say something that hurt people's feelings. You always say something unlucky words. They said, we are invited to a birthday party, and the baby or the child is only 1 month old. So you're not supposed to say any words like die or death or sick and things like that. You're not supposed to say these unlucky words when you are invited to a birthday party of a baby who is only 1 month old. The neighbor said to Ajin. And then Ajin said, well, I want to go. I'm invited. But then the neighbor said, yeah, but you say a lot of, you say very uncomfortable things to people. And people sometimes get very, very surprised. And especially for the birthday party like this, I don't think you should go because you may say something like die or death or sick and things like that, the neighbor said to him. And then Ajin said, well, if I promise that I will not say a word, I will be quiet all night long. I will eat and I will drink, but I will not say even hello. I will not say anything. If I promise you that I will not say anything, can I go? He said to the neighbor. The neighbor said, you always destroy the happy atmosphere. You can't do this for the baby at the birthday party, he said. And then Ajin promised that he would be very quiet. And so the neighbors decided, take him along. They said, okay, you can come along. And so Ajin went along to the birthday party. Okay? Now, he was quiet. He was quiet from beginning to end. It started with the toast, I guess. Yes, toast. Cheers, toast. And then lots of food came and lots of drink came and the party ended with the last sweet soup. They drank sweet soup at the end of the party. And at last, the party was finished. And Ajin didn't say anything all night long. And so, at last, the banquet was over, and people began to leave. They said congratulations and goodbye, and one by one, they were leaving. And then people were leaving, goodbye, and thank you, and congratulations, and happy birthday, and they were leaving. And then Ajin said to the mother and father and the baby, goodbye. And then he said, I didn't say anything all night long, he said. I did not utter a word. Utter. Utter means to say. I didn't utter a word. So, he said, if your baby should happen to die, You cannot blame me. Blame. You cannot say that's my fault because I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything all night long. So if your baby should happen to die, you cannot blame me. It's not my fault. Bye, he said. And the mother and father went, oh. And the neighbor said, oh no. The end.